Hi everybody, I'm starting Unit 6 review for science, so make sure you have your pencil. Let me double check, I don't think we need anything else. You shouldn't need any crayons, anything like that, just a pencil and an eraser. Alright, let's get started. Here we go. So if I'm looking in my box up here, I have a couple words to use. So it says natural resource, pollution, and texture. Now I'm going to when I read them, I'm going to give you another second or two to think of the answers before I say them. So you might hear me pause quite a bit in this video, but I want to give you a chance to think about the answer before I give the answer. Or you can always pause it if you need to, okay? So here we go. Number 1, anything from nature that people can use is a natural resource, pollution, or texture. It's a natural resource. Good. I hope that's the answer you thought of. And I'm going to cross it out in my box because I know I can't use it again. Number 2 says waste that harms land, water, and air is called pollution or texture. Pollution. Very good. Now remember, at school, we usually draw sticks and do these all together, so I hope that you guys were really paying attention. If you need to, always look back in the other lessons that we finished, okay? Number 3, the way an object feels is its texture, right? All right, and let's start down on the bottom. Number 4, which natural resource do people use to drink? Air, soil, water. I hope that one was very simple for you because 2 of those you cannot drink, and I hope you would never drink soil. Gross. Number 5, which is true of a river? It has land on all sides. It may flow into an ocean. It does not have fresh water. Well, a river can have fresh water. Most rivers do. It has land on both sides, but it doesn't on the 2 ends. But they may flow into an ocean. It could flow into really any kind of water. It could be a pond, a lake, a bigger river. Sometimes little rivers lead into big rivers. Okay. Number 6, Aisha sorted these rocks into 2 groups. It looks like she has a group of, they kind of look like light colored rocks and dark colored rocks. Which property did she use to sort them? Did she sort them by color, shape, or size? Well, they're not all the same shape. They're not quite the same size, but it looks like she sorted them by color. Number 7, why are soils different colors? They get different amounts of rain, they have different materials in them, or they hold different amounts of water. Well, we do know that soils all can hold different amounts of water, but that's not why they're going to be different color. They'll be different color based on the materials that are in them. All right, number 8. I think it's Yuans maybe, ride their bikes whenever they can. What natural resource do they protect? Well, if they're riding their bike, that means they're having no pollution. Is it the air, rocks, or water? Air, good. And number 9, which water safety rule are these people breaking? Well, are they learning to swim, never swim alone, or wear a life jacket when boating? Definitely should have a life jacket on. If one of them falls overboard, that could be awfully dangerous, especially since it looks like the water's a little wavy. Always have that life jacket on when you're in the boat. Number 10, what makes up soil? Only once living things, only rocks and water, or once living things and rocks? Well, I know that soil can be living things or rocks. So it's definitely going to be C for us. Which body of water has land all around it? A lake, a river, or a stream? Well, the similar thing between a river and a stream is that they both flow. A lake doesn't flow, which you guys got on your packets earlier last week. But lakes have they have land all around them. Rivers and streams do not. So, a lake has land all around it. Don't forget to write that. This bird feeder is made from a milk carton. Which word describes how the milk carton is being used? Are they recycling it, reducing it, or reusing it? This one always trips up some people. every year. And I hope you said reuse. Remember, recycle means to be made into something different, but it's usually being sent somewhere like a recycling center. Reuse means you're making it yourself. All right, and here's our last page. Now remember, this is the page that we usually have to write some on, and I might give you some specific directions, or I might say, I'm going to write all of these things, but you only have to choose one or two, so make sure you're really listening on this page, okay? Describe a way people can use each of these natural resources. Well, these are a bunch of rocks. So think, how could you use rocks? What could you use them for? Well, some people use them to build houses. So you could build a house. Some people use them for roads. Some people use them for walls. Okay, I wrote all three. You need to have at least one. You could have two, you can have all three, but you have to have at least one of them. Once you're finished with A, for B, this looks like some trees. Now there's a lot of birds in the trees, but how can people use trees? Well, think of something that we use every day, and we've talked about it at school before. What do we use every day that comes from trees? Besides wood, paper. We can use it for paper. Think of what you are writing with right now. I hope it's not a pen. It should be a pencil. Pencils come from trees. Can you think if you were at school, the top of your desk would be made with wood. Maybe you're sitting at a table at home on that's made of wood, or your chair has wood on it. So I'm just going to write furniture. It could be used for furniture. It could be used to build your house, or build a fence, or a deck, or a shed, or all sorts of things, okay? So you can choose one of mine, or you can come up with one of your own, okay? Then once you finish, we'll be on the very last one. Describe how you can reuse something at home or at school. How does reusing things help the environment? Well, I'm going to give you a couple examples. I'm not going to write anything, though, because I want you to come up with a sentence. I'm going to turn you around quick. Now, you could reuse bags when you go to the store. Instead of getting a new bag every time, you can reuse some shopping bags. You could reuse a milk jug to make a bird feeder. You could reuse a can and hold pencils in it. You could reuse what else could we reuse? Almost anything. Any kind of bottle or jug that you could put something new in. My kids are outside right now, all three. Abby's on a walk with Mr. K, but the older three are going around and they're picking up some things from the yard, just sticks and flowers and dandelions, but they're creating something with it. Now, it's not really reusing, but they're being a little bit inventive. But in the front yard before, they've gotten things out of the recycling bin, and like the milk jug caps or an empty bottle from the laundry detergent, and they were pretending it was a potion and creating it. Instead of buying something new, they were using stuff that we already had. Okay, I'm sure you guys have all done the same thing. So I can't wait to read what you guys reuse for number 14. Make sure you have a complete sentence, capital letter, period at the end. Tell me what you're reusing and how that helps the environment. Okay, I look forward to reading them, and I'll see you later. Bye.